Hey y'all, it's Okami Ray and we back with another video. Today I want to talk about like how to stay afloat when you don't got a boat. I just want to talk about like life's hard, especially like how to deal with situations where you're in an in-between stage. And I talked about that before, but I want to talk about that in a different aspect. So like, how do you maintain yourself when you're in a situation where you don't necessarily want to be? It is hard. Like, life is hard. If you look at history, living throughout history is difficult. That's what we're doing right now. We're actively living through history. We're actively living through history and people forget about that. The one thing about childhood is that it's nice that you're able to be sheltered and protected from the real world. But on the other aspect, even though you're learning about this, that, and the third, like the different wars, the different famines, like you forget and you don't have a sense of reality when those things actually hit within your life at your adult stage. And now it's actively affecting you and you're actually living through life, living through history, living through yourself, and you're like, bruh, I'm so overwhelmed. How do I even deal with this? And I think personally, I feel like through understanding myself and through just kind of listening to our elders, people older than us, like just looking at different information, I could see that there's always hope and there's always hardship. There's always, there's a flow with life and stuff. So it's like as humans, we tend to like only want to fixate on the positive, the good. Like everyone wants to eat dinner, but no one wants to do the dishes. But it's like that kind of like yin and yang aspect. That duality is kind of like that flow of life, and it's knowing how to navigate yourself and not attaching yourself to certain outcomes or certain preferences. A lot of suffering comes from expecting something to go a certain kind of way. Say like there's different types of individuals, but you could be an individual that doesn't like something to disrupt their day. Oh, I had this planned out, it should go like this, it should hit A, B, C, and D, and it's not going the way you want it to. It feels catastrophic, like some random plan got popped up and you're just like overstressed and overstimulated. Honey, you just need to learn how to let go and stop expecting everything to go your way. And it can be hard. And I know a lot of people who come from like an aspect of privilege or like if you're able to eat and you never had to struggle for a meal, like what you're grateful for is definitely different. I feel like sometimes when we go through these hardships, it is a humbling experience, and it allows us to actually have gratitude for the things that we don't place value in, because when people get so comfortable that you forget what's good. You forget your blessings. And I think like humbling yourself and understanding the balance that everything takes and the ebb and flow of everything kind of just helps center yourself. You don't have to internalize that things aren't going your way. You don't have to internalize things other people are doing crazy stuff, because you could really be doing your best and you're constantly learning. You're constantly trying to figure out what's what, and you don't need to take in all of this and bear this pain and feel like you're worthless. That's not what we want to do here. That is not what we want to do here. We want to hear and see ourselves and the world. And I was saying, like, through history, I was like looking through the past, like even just like, say even if you may not have the best relationship with your parents, you can still learn from like parents or other people's parents that like people will survive like the Dust Bowl. Like that's way older, but like we've been through different hard or high tension eras, and they tend to come back and circulate, but they managed. I'm living in a house, and they were able to acquire that and attain that throughout their life. So it's like, even though there's hardships throughout like history, throughout like if the government isn't for the people, if like there's religious, all this extra stuff, humanity has always found a way to prevail through hardship. And sometimes that destruction comes with reconstruction and rebirth. It allows new avenues, new pathways, new hopes, new futures. Same thing with the destruction. So it's like, you don't have to really connect to something specific, but it's just feeling and allowing things to be what it is. And it can be difficult. It's like, how do you just be? You can't, it's hard to teach someone how to just be, how to just accept, how to just surrender, how to just feel, how to just breathe, how to just allow simplicity. Because throughout how everything has evolved, we're just dealing with constant, like, everything is so deep, everything's so detailed, and it's hard to keep up with every single little thing and keep yourself organized, because you gotta know so many things as you grow older. You have to like be able to maintain your house, your taxes, like pay this, pay that, like be able to maintain your family, your friends, your extended family, or dealing with drama, dealing with other people projecting, dealing with your own internal problems. Like it's hard, like balancing that. And you can go through periods where, say, like you could go through periods where it's your weakness. Say a position where like it's not easy for anybody when there's no money flow. Like, what do you do then? You know, when things aren't going your way, when there's disappointment or tragic events, like how do you deal with that? And you have to stay afloat. Find that log. You fell out in the water, you gotta find something to float on. You have to find something to ground yourself to. And a lot of people modern day find their sense of grounding through religion, through God, or whatever they believe in. Some people gravitate to Buddhism or whatever. But like it doesn't always have to be that. Like it could be something small. It doesn't have to be religious, but like I believe that like something that has a sense of satisfaction for your soul or your spirit. You need something to lean on to. You need something to hold on to. You need something to hold you up. And you need it. Without that, like, it's easy to fall into the darkness. It's easy to give up. And you really have to hold on to what you got and appreciate what you got. Like, you can appreciate that you're breathing right now. You can appreciate that you can walk, you can run. Like, and if you can't do those things, you can grow to those things. So another thing you can depend on is looking forward to something, actively working on something, like growing towards something. Even if something, you don't have to allow quote unquote failure to dictate how you interact with the world. Just because something didn't work out doesn't mean you're a failure, and doesn't mean you're not enough. You're just learning. You gotta take in those experiences and that wisdom and that knowledge and be able to apply it to the next scenario. So it's like you're refining yourself, you're refining your craft, you're refining your ability. So that really helps ground and center yourself when you have something to focus on. We get lost when we don't know what we want to put our energy towards. So finding a sense of stability. So that's why like people have religion, because religion has ground rules. It has something to follow. So a lot of times people need something to follow. Some people need someone to tell them what to do because they feel lost. They don't know how to navigate themselves. They don't know how to navigate life. And stuff like that can easily get dangerous when you're at such a low sense of esteem, because it's like you could be scared of following the wrong thing, but life is about experiences. When you experience something, you could see how much you enjoy it and how much you don't. That doesn't, just because you don't enjoy it no more, that doesn't mean you have to still participate in what's actively making you uncomfortable. You have now learned yourself. You have now learned another pillar of yourself, and you can revisit it. You can go back and like, do I still feel this way? Life is a constant aspect of self-discovery, relearning, unlearning, becoming. So I hope this wasn't all over the place, but I really wanted to express that these self-conclusions, if that's the best way to put it, it's easier to speak about stuff that I'm personally learning and understanding and going through and flowing through life. So I just want to be able to share the wisdom that I acquire from the little things or the big things, and help you navigate whatever may be troubling you. Or I want to be able to help lift you up, because the stuff that I'm doing now, this right here, I am speaking to myself and I'm hearing myself, and this is a practice of self-love and understanding and growth and a sense of community. I'm actively seeing myself and being able to refine myself, and I can go back to this, or you could go back to this, and go back to like different information that helps you see yourself, so you can be the newer, brighter, bigger person you want to be. You don't have to succumb to any type of darkness or internal pain. You don't have to give in to your circumstances or your environments. That's not always who you are, and it's okay to detach yourself from so much suffering, because you are more than you really can imagine yourself to be. And certain situations, environments, or things can make you feel or think less, but it's just there to put yourself, to strengthen yourself. And I know it's not fun, but it's like some like life experience, or this flow of stuff is kind of like working out. Like if you're super lazy and you don't want to put in that work, you see how that affects you. But that pain, that frustration, that patience that you have to do to build yourself, the same thing, that's what life be doing. Everything is just a constant workout. Honestly, and we can get tired. It's part of the process, but that's where rest comes in. So I hope you can rest. I hope you can center yourself. I hope you can find yourself. And thank you for hearing me. Thank you for being here with me. And thank you for being a part of my journey. Peace and love, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, morning, night, whatever. Like and subscribe.